Luke, nice to meet you.
Hello, Matt. Lovely to see you. How are you?
I'm doing great. How's it been so far today?
It's been good. I've had a great day, thank you. It's a bit sunny in London today for once, so very happy with
Nice.
that.
Well, that brings up the first thing I was gonna mention was the last time I saw you was actually at the fan screening, right, in
Yes.
London.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
what's funny is we didn't get a chance to speak, and so I haven't been able to ask you this question. Like, what was that experience like to be out there with the cast, but really have an audience full of fans and seeing that first episode together?
Amazing sitting in a cinema watching it with the fans. I was quite overwhelmed because as you know when we all walked in there was a huge round of applause and that was
Yeah.
just so amazing and as I say overwhelming. But such an incredible experience. I think everyone should sit in an audience with the fans of the show that you're in and just kind of experience it with them. It was really amazing.
Yeah, it's funny. I have fans, they mention stuff like that attended, and they're like, "You remember them when this happened?" And I'm like, "No, I don't remember that." Like my head was like so into doing that Q&A afterwards and everything else and like hosting it, and I was like,
It's so
there's,
brilliantly. It was so good.
there's just like pieces that I joked that I was going to bring up land fear as many times as I could. I mean, how exciting was this for you to be cast in the Wheel of Time? Was this something you were familiar with when you auditioned?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't something that I was familiar with. So I mean, unbelievably exciting. Um, uh, when I got the role, firstly, I didn't know what I was auditioning for, Matt, and I didn't know what role I was auditioning for.
Gotcha.
So suddenly, when this offer comes in, I had a suspicion that it was the Wheel of Time. So prior to my audition, I'd watched the whole of season one, which was
Okay.
maybe a mistake because then I really wanted it. And then I was like, oh no, if I don't get this, it's gonna be I'm gonna, So I just thought season one was so incredible. So I kind of had an idea of the tone of the piece, and
Yeah.
and then obviously getting the role and finding out that it was Gawyn and
Yeah.
doing a few seconds of research to realize what the fandom thought of him. And then I was like kind of entered into a state of panic. But then, but then I was just like, this is such an amazing. It was really such an amazing gift to be given a role that the fandom feels so passionately about. Um,
I
uh,
mean, by the way, not all we're a huge fandom, so there's like a
mhm.
lot of diverse ideas about who people
Yes,
like, and
yes,
Gawyn has a lot of fans out there.
yeah,
Well, I
good.
mean, at least a couple, right?
Yeah. I know of a couple, and that's it.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I was really excited to get my teeth into it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, what was your process like? I mean, like you said, you dipped in, you found some things out about Gawyn, like, but what was your process about bringing him to life on screen?
Well, I think namely chemistry between my brother and sister were a real
Yeah.
key um key part for me because essentially I'm with Kira and Callum for my two episodes, and I think on screen chemistry is bred or authentically off screen. So it was really
Mm.
important to me that we really kind of bonded. Luckily for Callum and I, and I don't know if many people know this, but Callum and I have actually played brothers before,
Oh, gotcha.
which
Wow.
is which
Okay.
is no one knew. The Wheel of Time team didn't know. Only Callum and I knew. So we'd spent 3 months in Romania together in lockdown. So then when we were jetted off to Prague together, we already had that bond. So
Yeah.
that was like a huge tick for me. That was amazing.
Was there?
And I
Oh
was
yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Was there something you were trying to bring out in Gawyn? You obviously establishing the rapport, and,
mhm,
making sure those scenes really worked between, your brother and your sister there. But was there
mhm.
some like internal thing where you're like, okay, this is what I want to bring to the screen as far as who Gawyn is?
Yeah, I think perhaps the his the slight contrast between him and Gollard was interesting to me, and I wanted to find out perhaps why that was the case.
Mm.
Um, so perhaps having him a little bit more mischievous and seeing him having a bit more fun than Gollard was important to me. And obviously, this He's sworn this oath to protect his sister from such a young age. So again, as I say, that chemistry between Kira and I was fundamental. Um, because I think he leads with that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, something would be wrong if Gawyn wasn't having more fun than Galad.
Yeah,
There'd be something.
precisely.
I mean, speaking of a little bit of fun that they have, right, at the we see at the end of episode three, they're starting to have a little bit of fun with Matchroom, right? And there's
They
that
are indeed.
beloved sequence with Matt and the quarterstaff, and they
Mm.
have any bests them. Like, did you do all your own stunts in that sequence? What was your thoughts as you participated, and then maybe have seen kind of fan reaction about that moment?
Y- Yeah, it was firstly, yes, we did all our own stunts. We had a team to show us, how it was done, but we did it all ourselves. And the three of us had, you know, huge chats about this, and we knew that we had to absolutely nail it.
Yeah,
It was no question that we had to look as uh like that we had to bring that kind of martial prowess to our characters in order for Donald to really get that payoff, kind of like that lesson in humility. So we trained for roughly 10 weeks, an hour a day. Um, and then we shot it in one day over and over and over to make sure every angle was covered and to really make it look like we were beating the crap out.
yeah,
And the, you know, the fans' reaction is, from what I've seen,
yeah.
as is yeah, I'm very happy with it. So
Yeah, it was a moment that people had asked, Rafe, like, is this going to be in there? Is this going to be in there? It's definitely a memorable moment, right? As a fan of the
100%,
material, and don't we all love like an underdog and a little bit of humbling moment,
100%,
right?
100%. And Donald does it so well. Him with that quarterstaff, honestly, from the first rehearsal, it was just insane watching him. I only had to worry about one sword. But yeah, I don't know how to do
I
that.
honestly like I had thought about that moment a lot over the years, but yes, even having thought about it, just what Donald brought to that moment. Like you said, like just spinning the quarterstaff. I don't know that I had seen
Effortless.
that particular like thing, and when he did it, like again, kind of chills moment at the end of that episode for sure.
Absolutely effortless and amazing to watch in person. It really was, even when he's coming at coming at you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, last thought before I have to leave you. Any kind of fun behind the scenes moments that you take away, from your time, like with the cast and crew, just something that we wouldn't, be aware of, but just
Yeah.
only you have.
The cast is so huge, but I have to say we all bonded so well. I mean, we were out dancing, we were going to the outdoor swimming pool in Prague all together all the time. As huge as the cast is, it felt very close knit. Um, but I guess perhaps one thing I will highlight is the gorgeous Kira invited myself, Callum, and Olivia to dinner before our first day of filming. So we had a really beautiful dinner together, kind of bonding as the Andor family, which was really special. It was really nice.
Well, that's awesome. Honestly, thank you very, very much for taking a moment and chatting. It's been great to. I mean, we didn't get to chat in London, so I was like, when I saw this opportunity, I was like, oh yes, I got to chat with Luke and see how things are going. But thank you for
It's
being part of the Wheel of Time, and it's been awesome to speak with you.
my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.